Hi guys, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel leelawebdev. So now we have successfully completed this login and registration part. So if I try to log in and here 1 2 3 4 5 6 we are able to log in successfully. But the nodes here you are trying to see, the nodes we have created in our database is independent of the user. So now let's try to restructure our database in order to support the nodes for multiple users. For example, if you are having 2 users or 3 users, the users can be able to add their own nodes instead of having a nodes independent of the user. Now this nodes doesn't belong to a user, so this nodes is independent. Every user can see these nodes, but we need to have a nodes which is specific to a particular user. So like that we need to restructure the nodes. For this one, what I am trying to do is, so I am restructuring this one. For this one I am deleting this collection. Let's try the nodes name here, delete it. And here in this one I have deleted this collection. So we will start a collection first. So it should be something like users. So first one, it should be a users. And what I can do is, for each user we have a separate user ID, right? We have a separate user ID for each user. So let's copy this user ID and paste it for this one here. Okay, now click on the save. Now for users we have one user ID. Okay, this is a document, and in this document, instead of adding a field, I am again starting a collection. Okay, now if I try to start a collection, so here I will be giving the nodes. Now if I try to click on this one, so now you can have an auto generated ID, and here you will be having a content, and here I will be writing the first note, and the next field is date. So in order to get the date, what I can do here, let's inspect the element and we will get the date, current date. How can I get this one is date.now. Sorry, what is the problem? Yeah, date should be capital. Date.now. Now this is the milliseconds. Let's paste it here. I have added the first nodes. So here you will be able to see the collection. And again I am creating a new document, okay, for these nodes, and here this is also an auto generated ID, and we'll be having a content, and this one will be a second node, and the next field is date again, and here let's take another date, okay, another date and time I will take it, and let's paste it and click on the save. That's it. So let's have 2 nodes only. Now what we have did is, here try to understand it. We have a collection users. In return users, we have each document. The auto generated ID is nothing but the user ID, which will be unique for each user. And here we are having a this is one document. In this document again I am starting a collection in these nodes. So in this collection we are having a list of all documents. So that means for a particular user we are having a nodes which belongs, these are all the documents. So this is how the database architecture will be. Now tomorrow if any other user comes means, so here again another user ID will be created, and for that say again another user ID, nodes will be there. So like that this will be going on. We have restructured our database. Now we need to, let's check our code whether it will be working or not. I have logged out. Now we have added nodes for only the test.com, right? So test.com 1 2 3 4 5 6 I have added it here. Click on the login. Now I am not able to see the nodes here. Why? Because directly we are trying to get the nodes from the, we are expecting the collection that is present in the nodes store. If you try to see here, this nodes collection ref, it is directly checking the nodes collection, but there is no nodes collection available. There is only users collection. In that user collection we are having a documents. In that document, each document will be having a nodes collection. So that means the user first have to search for the users, okay, and in this users he need to get a particular document. That document is nothing but the user ID. If you want to get the user ID in Penia store, in Art store, you will be able to get this user ID, okay, and this is the user ID. I am trying to get it. Let's copy this one. Yeah, this entire user ID I am copying it. Let's go to the code here. Here I will be pasting this user ID, and in this user ID we need to get the nodes. So this is the architecture what we will be trying to change it. Now if you see the output, now if I refresh this page, let's refresh this page. Now you should be able to get the nodes collection. Yeah, yes. So with whatever the nodes we have added here, we are able to get it. Now if I try to add it, then also we will be able to get it. Now if you see the output. For this one nodes, again another nodes has been created for this particular user. So like this the project architecture will be. Now fine. So let's say that everything is working fine. Now it's time for us to make this one as dynamic. So from where we can get this data, this user ID, we can get this user ID from the auth store. Why? Because it is present in the Pinia store. In the auth store it is present. Here you will be having all the user credentials, user details.user ID. So that means in this user we will be having these details. So now somehow I need to get this one. Let's import this auth store here. Constant auth store is equal to use auth store. I will be importing this use auth store. Now if I try to console.log auth store dot user dot uid, right? This is the user ID. Now if you see, if I go into this one and if I inspect the element and go to the console.log, and here if I try to refresh this page, let's see whether we are getting it as an undefined. So why we are getting this one as undefined is, by the time when we are trying to get the nodes, so here we are trying to get the nodes data, right? Oh, where is this one? Yeah, here we are trying to get the nodes data. By the time when we are trying to get the nodes data, this user ID has not been set. Now if you try to see here, that user ID is not been set. So user ID will be set by the auth store. So here it will be set. So what we need to do, so we need to call this get nodes in the auth store rather than calling it directly here, so that you can get after the user ID has been set, then you need to call the auth nodes. For this one what we need to do is, so copy this both the things, okay, and you can paste it here at the top, so like this, and here I can change it to not let, yeah, like this we can change it like this, and define this one at the top. Instead of having like this, define this at the top, and here this one also we can define this one at the top. Yeah, now let's try to have a let, and here also let's try to have a let, and there is no need of auth store. Oh, we need the auth store, okay, and here this auth store needs to be set by here. So for example, let's see whether this one is available or not by the time when we are trying to call auth store dot user dot uid. So this should be there. This is the get nodes. Now this get nodes should be called not in the on mounted here when the user has been set. So that means when the user has been registered, we need to call this one. So let's remove this node store, and here let's go to the auth store. In this auth store I will be importing here constant nodes store is equal to use nodes store. Okay, I am using this node store, and here after pushing here, so you can call it node store dot get nodes. So that's it. So hopefully this will work. Now if I try to see the output, now you should be able to see the user ID. See here, now this time I am able to get the user ID. Now if you go here and if I try to, I can change this one to the dynamic thing, auth store dot user dot uid. That's it, finish. Now if you try to see the output here, now you should be able to get the nodes. Yeah, so now we are able to make the user dynamic. Now whatever the user you are trying to log in, you can able to add the nodes and all those things, you can able to do it. For example, let's register the user, Leela at the rate leela.com, and you'll be having 1 2 3 4 5 6 again, and register this user. So you should be able to get into this one. So now this time no nodes added yet. So we will clear the node setting and all those things. Now if I try to add it here, one nodes, we are able to get it. Now if you try to see in the nodes list, let's refresh this page, and here another user ID will be added dynamically, and here in this one you will be able to add a new nodes. Here you should be able to get a new ID, and in this one you should be able to get the nodes collection. In this nodes collection you should be able to see document. See, the whole set has been set. So now here if you try to see, this is one nodes added by this Leela, and if I log out here and I will try to log in with the test@test.com 1 2 3 4 5 6, and let's try to log in, and here this time you will be able to see the nodes which belongs to only to that user. So this is clear, right? So now the database architecture and the creation and everything, we are able to do it perfectly. Now what I will try to do is, I will, as usual, I will commit this all the code in the new branch 107, and I will commit this code, So add notes for multiple users. So now our project or our simple project supports the multiple users also. I am committing this entire code and I am publishing this branch. Whoever may be having a doubts and all those things, they can refer to my GitHub URL. So here this repo URL will be provided in the description below of every video. Whoever may be having a doubts for this one, you can refer to this code, whatever the video you're watching. So you can go to that particular video and you can video branch and you can check the code. Hope you understood about this multiple user support. If you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you.